So hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to start with the next module of Python, that is the data structures. So let's get started first. What is a data structure? So data structure is a way of organizing and storing data so that it can be accessed and modified efficiently. Okay, why we have to choose a particular data structure? So there are many data structures available. Choosing the right one affects the following three things. One is the speed, how fast you can insert the data, delete the data, search or update. Second is the memory efficiency. And third is the code clarity. Does the structure match the problem's natural shape or not? Right? Now, there are built-in data structures in Python. There are basically list, tuple, set, and dictionary. These are the four data set that you are going to discuss in today's video. Now there are also other data structures, that is user-defined data structures, that is stack, queue, linked list, tree, graph. For this particular user-defined data structures, we'll be having a separate video afterwards. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about this built-in data structures. Now, while discussing about this particular data structures, we have already discussed them in the module 2, that is variables and data types. But that time we did not discuss it in a deep way, right? So in today's video, we are going to go in deep dive in this particular four data structures. Okay. So first I will tell you why we need data structures. So let's say you have to store 5 students, right? Name of 5 students. So you can write here like this: student 1 is equals to, let's say, ABC. Then student 2 is equals to, let's say, XYZ. And similarly, you can write for student 3, 4, 5 like this, right? Student 3, 4, 5, right? And if I try to print them, print student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, student 5, like this. Okay. Okay, ABC. So then I will get the answer, right? But here we have stored 5 students' name in 5 different variables, right? What if I have 1,000 students' name or 5,000 students' name? So that time I can't create a whole 5,000 variables, right? So it is not feasible for me to create 5,000 variables. So at that time, what we need to do? So instead, we can store them in a one single variable, right? So let's say I'm writing here students. I'm making a list of students basically. So students, am I writing here the names like ABC, XYZ, PQR, MN, whatever. Whatever is the name, right? And if I now display print students. So here I'm not creating a 5 different variables for 5 different students. I'm creating a list of names of the students. Okay. So this is the advantage of using data structures basically. Okay. Now we'll discuss one concept known as mutable and immutable. What is mutable? Mutable means it can change after creation. So for example, list, dictionary, set. So these are the data structures which are mutable. Basically, if you store any value inside this particular data structure, you can change that particular value after creation of that particular data structure. And immutable means it cannot be changed after the creation. Example, tuple or string. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about this mutable and immutable in more detail. First data structure that we are going to discuss today is about the lists. What is a list basically? It is an ordered mutable collection that can be stored multiple items of different data types. So basically, what is the main thing you have to understand? It is a order. Means order matters here. Whatever order you will specify, in that order only it will store that particular values. Then it is a mutable collection. Mutable collection means you can modify it after the creation of the list. Third thing is that it can store multiple items of different data types. So in a one particular list, you can store many items. Let's say you can store integer, you can store float, you can store string, anything. Okay. Lists are created using square brackets, and these are some properties or characteristics. Order immutable allows duplicate values, can store different data types, and it is dynamic size. Means it can grow or shrink. That is what immutability. You can add the elements, you can delete the elements, you can do anything. So now let us understand about list, doing some examples here. Okay. So first is creation of the list. How you can create a list using the square brackets basically, right? So if I write here fruits is equals to square brackets, and inside that I'm going to write the values. Let's say I'm going to write here first apple, then banana, grapes. So these are nothing but my values inside this particular list. So this is nothing but a creating a list basically. Okay. If I try to print this particular fruits list, so I'm getting apple, banana, grapes. Like this. Okay. Then I can store multiple data types also. So let's say I'm here storing integer 10. Then I'm storing let's say string, let's say Python. Okay. Then I'm storing a float value, let's say 3.14. Then I can store a boolean value also. Okay, now if I try to print this particular date, so you can see 10 Python 3.14 true. So basically you can store any type of data in particular value, data type in a particular list. Okay, if I try to write something like this, numbers is equal to an empty list. And if I try to print that particular numbers, list numbers, so here you can see that is an empty list basically. Okay. Next thing, you can create a list by using a something called as list constructor. List constructor. What list constructor do is, for example, I am writing letters is equal to list. I am using this particular constructor list. And inside this list, I am writing Python. So what it will do is basically, if I print letters, so you can see here, it is basically giving me a list and the value is nothing but each character of that particular string. P, Y, T, H, O, N like this. Okay. So this is how we can create a list using a list constructor. Then we can also use a range function to create a list. Range function. Let's say you want to store some numbers from 1 to 10, let's say. Then how you can store 1 to 10 by using a range function. So we have already discussed about the range function while discussing about the for loop. Okay. So basically what I can write here is, let's say numbers is equal to list. And in that list, basically, instead of providing a list like this, let's say I want 1 to 5 numbers. So I can write like this also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the one way. But I don't want to write the numbers. So here I can write range function basically. Range 1, comma 6. That is include 1 and stop before 6. Okay. So if I write something like this and numbers, if I print numbers, so here you can see the numbers in the range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Basically, it will print all the numbers from the range 1 to between 1 to 6, including 1 and excluding 6. Okay. So these are all the methods for using which you can create a list basically. Next thing is about indexing and slicing. Now let us discuss about this. Let's say, for example, I have a list, colors, and in that I have a different color. Let's say red, green, then say blue, then I have yellow. Okay, so these are the 4 colors I have basically. Okay, so if I try to print colors, what I will get? I will get a whole list. But I don't want the whole list. I want a specific index or color. Let's say I want green. So this is nothing but index number 1. This is index 0, 1, 2, 3 like this. So I want the index number 1. So I can write here square bracket 1. So here I will get the answer as colors, green. Okay. Similarly, if you want index 0, I will get red. So this is how you access the particular element or value inside a list. Now, what is negative indexing? So positive indexing. Negative indexing means it will start from backwards or reverse order. So if I write -1 here, -1 indicates this yellow. This is -1, -2, -3, -4 like this. So if I write here, I will get yellow basically. This is negative indexing basically. Okay. Now we'll discuss about slicing. Slicing means I don't want to access one element, but I want to access range of elements, like 2 elements, or from this particular index to this particular index. So there we slice basically that. Okay. So the syntax of slicing is just like list, give the start index, then give the stop index, and you want to give the step size that also you can give. Okay. So let's say I have a list numbers. let's say 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, like this. Okay, so this is my list of numbers. Now let us try to understand this particular slicing. So let's say print numbers, and here I am writing 1:4. 1:4. What I'm going to get is 20, 30, 40. That means start with index number 1. Then this is 1, 2, 3 and stop before 4. So I'm going to get 3 particular values. Similarly, if I write print numbers, and here I'm not specifying any start, but I'm specifying only the stop. So it will start by default from the first index, sorry, 0th index for the first value, and it will stop before third index at 0, 1, 2. So it will give me 10, 20, 30. Okay. Similarly, print numbers. Now I'm going to write, I'm not going to write first also and not second also. Means I'm not giving a start index, not giving the stop index, but now I'm giving a step index. Let's say 2. I'm giving a step index 2. Step 2 means it will start by default from 0th index. Then it will give do plus 2 basically. So 0, 1, 2. So basically it will start from 10. Then after 2, 1, 2. So it will print 30. Then again step size of 2, 40, 50. It will print 50. Then 60, 70 like this. Okay. So I hope you understood about the start, stop and step in the slicing business. Right. Now what thing we're going to do is, let's say we have to update a particular element. Okay. So let's say my number list is already there 10, 20, 70, whatever it is. So let's say I want to do number of 1 is equals to 100. And if I print these particular numbers, I'm updating this particular numbers list value at index position 1 as 100. And if I do print numbers, it is getting updated. That is nothing but a mutability. Since lists are mutable, you can update that. You can basically modify that particular list. Okay. Now this is nothing but a mutating a list. Okay. Now next thing that you're going to learn is about some methods. Let's say first is append. Okay. What is append? Append means you have to add a certain value at the end of the list. Okay. So let's say you have a numbers is equals to 10, 20. And here I'm going to write numbers dot append 30. So what this particular thing will do? It will basically add that particular 30 at the end of the list. So here you can see 10, 20, 30. Okay. Next, one more method we have is extend. What is extend basically? Extend means it will add all elements from another iterable. What do you mean by iterable? We have already discussed in the previous video, that is functions, iterable. Okay. So numbers is equals to, let's say 10, 20. And here what I'm going to do is numbers dot extend. And here I'm not going to add a single element, but I'm going to add 30, 40. I'm going to add one more iterable, that is one more list, you can say. Now if I print this particular numbers, I can see here 10, 20, 30, 40 like this. Okay. So I hope you are clear with the append method and the extend method. Next is inserting a value at a particular index. Now this append and extend, they were inserting the values at the last of the list, right? At the end of the list. So what if I want to insert a particular value at a particular index? So here I need to give an index, and here I need to do the value or the item that I need to insert basically. So here, let's say numbers is again equal to 10, 20. And here I'm going to insert basically. So numbers dot insert. First, let's say this is 0th index, first index. I want to insert at a first index. So I'll provide here 1 and I want to insert the value as 30. Okay. And then I'm going to print the numbers. So here you can see 10, 30, 20. Originally the 20 was at the index 1. Now 30 is at the index 1. Okay. So this is the insert method basically. Now what if you want to remove an element? So remove a particular value from a list. So let's say I'm going to write numbers dot remove 30. Now in the numbers list, I have 10, 30, 20. Now it will remove 30. If I print numbers, then I will get that particular list as 10, 20. Okay. Next is the method pop. What is pop? Basically, it will remove and return an item. Pop will remove and return an item. So if I write here numbers dot pop. Now when this particular method will execute pop, it will remove that element and it will return that element. Let's say we are going to store that particular element in a variable remove, and I'm going to print here remove, and also I'm going to print my list, that is numbers. Okay, so see here which particular element it got popped, 20, because at the last of the list, right, end element. And now if I print the list numbers, now I have only one particular element in the list, that is 10. This is how pop works basically. Okay, now next is the delete. So if I write here, let's say numbers is equal to 10, 20, 30, and if I delete numbers at position index number 1, I will just comment it out. Okay, so here you can see numbers equal to 10, 20, 30, and if I delete that number at index 1, that is 20, now only have two elements, 10 and 30. Okay, next is the clear method. Clear method means what it will do. Let's see, if I write numbers dot clear, it will empty that particular list. If I print here, print numbers, here you can see I have got an empty list. So it will clear basically all the list. Then let us try to understand now index. So let's create one more cell for this. Okay. So here I'm going to tell you about what is the index method. Okay. So let's say I have a list fruits. In that I have apple, I have banana, I have mango, I have jackfruit, whatever. Okay, I've created the list now. If I try to write like this, print fruits dot index, and here if I write banana, okay, and execute incomplete input. Okay, one more bracket will come 1. So what output it is going to give me? 1. That is banana is at which index? Index number 1. Okay, so if you want to search a particular, basically particular element, let's say I want to search apple, so I will write index apple, so it will tell me it is at index 0, like this. Okay, then next method is count method. Okay, let's say I have a list numbers is equals to 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, like this. Now in the particular list we can have duplicate values also. Okay, like we have already discussed it. It allows duplicate values basically, right? So this is my numbers list. If I try to write here print numbers dot count of 2. Let's say I want count of 2. What is the count of 2 here? 1, 2, 3, 3 times. So it should give me the output as 3 basically. Okay. So basically count method is used to count how many times a particular value is there in a particular list. Now we'll try to understand how we can use membership operators inside a list or use in the list. So let's say print apple in fruits. Okay. So print apple in fruits. So it will give me true basically. So it is going to tell me, is apple present in fruits? Yes, it is present. So it will give me true. Print, let's say orange, orange, orange in fruits. Now orange is present in the fruits list? No. So it should give me false basically. So false. So I hope you understood about this particular methods. What are methods we discuss? We discuss about append, extend, insert, remove, pop, delete, clear, index, count, membership operators. Okay. Now we'll try to discuss about sorting. Okay. Sorting. Sorting. Let's say I have a numbers is equal to list is 5, 2, 9, 1. And I want to sort this particular list. Now it is unsorted, right? So I can directly use a method numbers dot sort. And if I print this particular numbers, now I will get the by default in ascending order 1 to 5, 9 like this. Okay. Now what if I want in descending order? If I want this particular thing in descending order, so here I need to write numbers dot sort function, and in that function I need to give one thing, that is reverse is equals to true. Reverse is equal to true, then it will sort in reverse order. So if I print here numbers, then I will get in a reverse order, descending order 9, 5, 2, 1. Okay. Next thing that we are going to discuss is about, if I try to write something like this, numbers dot reverse. Numbers dot reverse. This one more method is there, that is reverse method. Okay. So if I write numbers dot reverse, then what it will give is basically, if I now try to print reverse, sorry, no, numbers. So it will again reverse that particular list. So originally it was 5291. We sorted it, so it becomes 1259. Then we sort them with reverse order, so it becomes 9521. That is descending order. And what is this particular reverse? Reverse, it will not sort in descending order. Basically, it will do reverse of the list. So let's say if I write here numbers is equals to 5, 2, 1, 8, 10 like this. So in this case, what I'm going to get is 10, 8, 1, 2, 5. So this reverse will not sort it. It will give me a reverse list basically without sorting basically. Okay. So I hope you understood sort function and the reverse method, sort method and the reverse method. Okay. Now the next concept is about copying a list. Let's say my list A is equals to 1, 2, 3, and I'm writing B is equals to A dot copy. A dot copy. Okay. Now this particular B has got that particular same list, A dot copy. So if I try to print here A and print B, then what I'm going to get is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But if I write here, try to print here, print ID of A. And here I'm going to try to print ID of B. Okay. So here you can see that the IDs are different. IDs are different. Though the values inside the list are same, the IDs are different means that they are pointing to a different, basically in the memory space, they are pointing to a different variables. So here A is a different variable, B is a different variable, and they are pointing to a different list basically. Okay. Now let us discuss about traversing a list. Traversing list. Okay, what do you mean by traversing a list? If I have a list here, fruits is equals to apple, banana, grapes, mango. Okay, so this is my list. For traversing a list, I can use a for loop. For fruit in fruits, basically for fruit in fruits, print the fruit basically. So it will print all the fruits, apple, banana, grapes, mango. Okay, so this is by traversing a list. Now, if I want it with index, so for index comma fruit in, so you know one method. If I want it in with index, use enumerate method. This we have already discussed. Enumerate fruits and print the index comma the fruit. So I will get the index also 0 apple, 1 banana, 2 grapes, 3 mango. Okay. Next thing is about nested list. Nested list. Okay. So if I write here matrix is equals to list, and inside a list one more list. I can show you like this. Inside a list one more list, 1, 2, 3, comma, means it is a list of lists basically. 4, 5, 6, then let's say 7, 8, 9. So basically this is a list, and inside that list we have 3 lists more. So this is a list inside a list. Now if I try to print here the matrix, so I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically list inside a list. Okay. So this is nothing but a nested list. Now if I want to access a certain element from it, so I need to write here like this, print matrix 1, 1, 2, like this. 1, 2 means This is nothing but my list 0. This is 1. This is 2. So go in the list 1 basically at index 1. What is at the index 1? List 456. Or there is a list 456. In that particular list, what is the index 0, 1, 2? So I need second. So 6. So it will give me output as 6 basically. Okay. Next thing that we're going to discuss is list comprehensions. List comprehensions. So let's say, for example, squares. So I'm writing here, creating a list squares x into x. For x in range, let's say 1, 5, like this. Okay. Now, if I try to print here squares, what will happen is I'm going to get 1496. So I'm not explicitly providing the values of the list as 1496, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, like this. I'm using a for loop x in the range 1, 5. This will give me value of x as 1, 2, 3, 4. So when the value of x is 1, it will be 1 into 1, 1. So it will store in that particular list. Then 2, 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 3, 9, 4 into 4, 16, like this. Okay. Similarly, if I want an even number, list with even numbers. So let's say evens. So I can write here x and such x for x in a range. Let's say I want first 10, whatever even numbers are there, like this. If x modulo divided by 2 equal to 0, like this. Okay. So for that particular value of x where modulo divided by 2 equal to 0, that only x will be stored in this particular list. Now if I print here evens, print evens, so here I'm going to get 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Now why I'm getting 0? Because here I'm providing 0 also. So if I don't want 0, I need to provide here the range as 1, 10. So here I will get 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I hope you understood about the list. Now the next data structure is about the tuples. So let us understand tuples. What is a tuple? A tuple is an ordered immutable collection of elements. It can store multiple values of different data types in a single variable. So let us understand this. It is an order. So same as list, whatever order you will provide, in that order it will store. But the important point is immutable. List was mutable. Tuples is immutable. That is, after creation of tuple, you cannot modify it or change it. Okay. It can store multiple values of different data types also in a single variable. It is created using parentheses. Then we have order, characteristic is order, immutable. It also allows the duplicate values, can store different data types, and faster than list for read-only data. Okay. So let us now go ahead and try to create a tuple and see whatever methods it has. So creating a creating a tuple. So how we can create a tuple using a parenthesis. So let's say fruits is equal to, here I'm not using a square bracket, I'm using a round bracket. And let's say I'm writing apple, I'm writing banana, and I'm writing grapes. Okay. And if I try to print this fruits, so you'll get apple, banana, grapes. Okay. Now if I try to print also type of fruits, so you can see it is a class of tuple basically. Okay. Now, can we create a tuple without parentheses? Let's see if I write numbers is equals to 10, 20, 30, 40. And if I print here numbers, and also I'm printing the numbers, comma, type of numbers. Okay. So what I'm going to get? 10, 20, 30 class tuple. So the parentheses are not mandatory, it is optional basically. Okay. If you don't provide the parentheses also, then also by default it is nothing but a class of tuple or data structure of a tuple. Now, if I try to write like this, t is equals to 10 and print the type of t, what I'm going to get is class of integer. But I want this is a tuple. I want a single valued tuple. So if you want a single valued tuple, you need to mention here basically comma. So if you mention here comma, let's say t is equals to now 10 comma. And if I write here print type of t. So what it will give, it will be a class of tuple basically, not a class of integer. So this comma will tell the Python that this is a tuple and not an integer. Okay. So it's a correct way of writing a single tuple inside a variable. Now, let's say I want to create a tuple using a tuple constructor. So in the list, we discuss about a list constructor. Similarly, in tuple, we have a tuple constructor. Let's say letters is equal to tuple, and inside I'm providing Python. So if I try to print here, sorry, Python. If I try to print here letters, so basically it will provide me what is a tuple. Okay, tuple is Tuple. So it will give me a tuple data structure, and inside that I have the elements. Each letter I have the Python Python. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you. Next part is accessing the tuple elements. How to access the tuple elements? Let's say I have a tuple colors is equals to red, green, blue, let's say white, like this. Okay. Now I want to access a particular color inside this from this particular tuple. So I can directly write here print color and index 2. So I will get colors index 0. Then I will get red. If I want index 2, I will get blue, like this. So this is how you can access the tuple elements. Similar to list, here also we have negative indexing. So if I write colors -2, so -2 means from backwards second element. So it will give me blue, again blue. So if I want -3, it will give me green, like this. Okay. So I hope you understood about this. Similar to list, here also we have slicing. So if I try to print here colors, I want starting from 1 and ending. I don't want any ending. So I can write like this, print. So it will give me starting with index on green, and I'm not provided a stop value. So green, blue, white. If I provide here stop value also, say 1 and 3. So it will give me green, blue. It will stop before 3. That means it will give 1 and 2 index only. Okay. So this is all about slicing and indexing. Next thing is about immutability. Now we already discussed lists are mutable, tuples is immutable. So let us try to understand with a demonstration. Let's say numbers is equal to 10, 20, 30. This is a tuple. Now if I try to modify this particular thing, numbers of 1 is equal to 100, it will give me error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. That means they are immutable. We cannot change that particular value once assigned. Okay. Now let us try to understand modifying a tuple. Okay, if I do like this, numbers is equal to numbers plus 40, like this. Again a tuple. Okay. Now this time it will get run. Why? Because this time we are not modifying in that numbers tuple, but we are creating another tuple numbers, and we are adding a one more tuple 40 inside that particular tuple. So this particular number will be another tuple and not the same tuple. Okay. So print numbers. So I'm going to get 10, 20, 30, 40. So tuples are immutable, but we can create a new tuple like this way by inserting the original tuple value plus the new values. So this is how we can modify a tuple. Now let us see some tuple methods. So there are only two methods in tuple. One is a count method and another one is a index method. So count method. Count method will basically return the number of occurrence of a value, because in a tuple we can have multiple values, right? Duplicate values we can have. So let's say my tuple is t is equals to 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, like this. Now here I am going to use print t dot count. Let's say I want count of 1. So what output should I get? 3, because 1 is 3 times. What is index? Index means it will return the first occurrence of a value. So if I try to print here t dot index of 1, it will give me 0. First occurrence is at a 0th index. Similarly, if I try to write here index of 2, so it will give me 3. It is at index 3. First occurrence is at index 3. So index will give me basically first occurrence of value. Index of first occurrence. Index of first occurrence of value. Okay. Membership operators. Likewise in list, similarly in tuples also. So let's say we have the colors, right? Colors tuple we have. So same tuple we will use colors. Let's say I'm going to write here print red in colors and print black in colors. So it will give me true or false. So red is there, true, black is not there, false. Next thing is iterating through a tuple. So how we iterate through a list, similar way we can iterate through a tuple. If I write for color in colors, print the color basically. Okay, so it will print the color red, green, blue, white. And if you want in index also, you can use the enumerate. So for index, comma, color in colors, enumerate colors. Here we are going to print index, comma, color. So I'm going to get the index also here. Index. 0 red, 1 green, 3 blue, 3 white. So 2 blue, 3 white. So I hope you understood about the methods in tuple. Now let us try to understand tuple packing and unpacking. Now what do you mean by packing? Packing means storing multiple values into a single tuple. For example, student is equals to, let's say, Amit, comma 20, comma Mumbai, like this. So this is nothing but packing. And what is unpacking? Unpacking means from this particular values or tuple, I want to unpack the values. So I want a name Amit differently, age 20 differently, city Mumbai differently. So how I can access that? So let's say name, comma age, comma city is equal to student. Okay. And here if I try to print name, comma age, or I can say differently, I will write print age and print city. So this is nothing but a packing and this is nothing but unpacking. So if I execute, I will get name differently, age differently, and city differently. So this from student tuple, it will extract the first index, so 0th index, so the first value, and it will store in the name. Second value it will store in age. Third value it will store in city. So since tuple is order, it will store it in order. If I write here, instead of age, if I write city and here age, so it will store 20 in city, C. So in age, I am getting Mumbai and city, I am getting 20. So it will basically store in order. Okay. So here print age and print city. Okay. Now, converting between list and tuple. So how we can convert between list and tuple? Before that, we'll see nested tuple also. Nested tuples. Nested tuple. Similar to list, we'll create a nested tuple, that is tuple. This is my tuple. Inside that particular tuple, I have one more tuple. Let's say 1, 2, 3, and one more tuple. 4, 5, 6, comma 7, 8, 9. Okay. So I am having tuples inside a tuple. This is nothing but a nested tuple. So if you want to access here some value, you can print here matrix 1, 2. Right? You will get a value as 6. 1 means inside this particular tuple, first go in the first index tuple. Like this is the first index value, that is a tuple. Inside that tuple in the second index, so 0, 1, 2, 6. So I will getting the value as 6. Okay. Now there are some built-in functions in tuple also. Let us try to understand them. So if I try to write here numbers is equals to 10, 5, 3, 2, 1 like this. And if I write print length of that particular numbers. So I'm going to get is length is 5. Okay. Similarly, if I write print maximum number, maximum numbers means it will give me the max number, that is 10. Similar to max, we will have mean numbers. So in this case, we will get mean number is 1. If you want a sum, so I can use sum function also, numbers. So I will get the sum basically 21. Okay. There are some built-in functions. Okay. Now we'll try to understand converting between list and a tuple. So this is my tuple 10, 20, 30. So this is my T is my tuple and list is list T. If I try to write something like this, so T is my tuple. If I write list T, it will get converted into a list and it will store in the LST variable. So if I try to print here LST and also print the type of LST, you can see it is a class list. First, that particular T print type of T, it was a tuple. So first it was a class tuple, then it got converted into a list. Okay, this is how you can convert between list and tuple. So this was tuple to list. Similarly, if I have a list is equal to 10, 20, 30, then convert it into tuple. T is equal to tuple list like this. If I print T comma type of T, here I'm going to get is class is tuple. Okay. So this is how you can convert list to tuple, tuple to list, and so on. So what is the difference between list and tuple? In list, the syntax is we use square brackets. In tuple, we can use optional. It is optional. We can use the round brackets. But if there is one element, you have to use a comma also to identify that is a tuple. Then list are mutable, tuples are not mutable. List is order, tuple is also order, right? Then list also allows duplicates, tuple also allows duplicates. Then performance, list performance is slightly slower, but tuple performance is slightly high or slightly basically. Then memory usage, the list has more memory usage while tuple has less memory usage. And in methods, in list we saw many methods basically. In tuple we have only two methods, count and index. Okay, so I hope you understood this particular second data structure, that is tuple. Now let us move to the next data structure, that is dictionary. What is a dictionary? So dictionary is a built-in Python data structure that stores data in key value pairs. So we have a key and we have a corresponding value. Now unlike list and tuples, dictionary elements are accessed using key instead of indexes. So here we need to, if you want to access a particular element, we don't use indexes, we use keys because each key in the dictionary must be unique. It is a unique. That's why you can access it using a key. But values can be duplicated. Dictionaries are created using curly braces. Now let us try to have some coding related to dictionary, how to create a dictionary, how to access a value, etc. Okay. So how you can create a dictionary basically. So let's say I want to create a student dictionary. You can create it using a curly braces. Okay. So student dictionary is created. If I try to print here type of student, here I am going to get dictionary, class dictionary. Or you can also use here like this, student is equal to dict, like this. Then also it will create a student dictionary. Let's say student 1 is equal to dictionary. And if I try to print here type of student 1, here also I'm going to get class of dictionary. Okay. Now we'll try to insert some data inside this particular dictionary. So I'm going to insert a data. Let's say employee. I'm going to create an employee dictionary is equals to curly braces, right? Now inside this, I'm going to insert some values. How I am going to insert the values in key value pairs. So key is the ID is the key and the value is 101 like this. So key name and colon and then value. Value is Amit like this. Similarly, one more key, let's say salary colon, and here I'm going to write a salary like this. So this is nothing but how I'm going to add data inside a dictionary. So this is my key colon and value, key colon value like this. Now if I print this particular employee, so I'm going to get ID 101, name Amit, salary 55,000. Okay. Now we will see use this particular thing, dictionary. Using this particular dictionary, how we can insert the data. So let's say student is equals to dictionary. Here I'm going to write, this is my key, name is equals to Amit, comma, age is equals to 20, comma, let's say city is equals to Mumbai. So this is how I can write. Okay. So here also if I write here print student, I will get the answer. Unterlimited string literal. Okay, so here it will be double inverted commas. Okay, so same thing I'm going to get. Dictionary name is equal to Amit, age 20, city Mumbai. Now one more thing we can write here using a list of tuples. Using a list of tuples. What do you mean by this? So let's say student is equals to dictionary, and here I am going to write a list. This is a list, right? This is a list. Inside this particular dictionary, it is a list, and it is a list of tuples. Inside that list, I have tuples. Okay. So tuples is like this: name, comma, Amit. This is one tuple. Another tuple is age, comma, 20. Another tuple is city, comma, Mumbai. So let us understand the difference. This is a tuple, this is a tuple, this is a tuple. So these tuples are stored inside a list. So this completes my list, and I am using a dictionary. So dictionary inside that list. So using a list of tuples, how you can create a dictionary. Now if I try to print here student, it will basically create a dictionary only. If I try to print a type of student also, then it is a class of dictionary. Correct? So these are the different ways how you can create a dictionary, how you can add data inside that particular dictionary. Now how to access a value inside dictionary. Now let's say I want to access here Amit or 20 or Mumbai like this. How we can access? Okay. So accessing value. So we can print here from the student dictionary, access the name. So I need to access it using a key. We have already discussed, right? Each key in a dictionary must be unique. And to access a particular value, we use keys instead of the indexes. So if I write here student name, I will get Amit. Okay. If I write print student age, so in this case, I will get the age 20. Okay. So I hope you understood this particular thing. One more method is there to get the access values. That is nothing but a get method. Using the get method. So if I try to write here print student, this is the name of the dictionary, student dot get. Get me what? The age. So like this also you can write student dot get age 20 or student dot get city Mumbai like this. Okay. Now if I try to print like this, print student dot get marks. Now do I have marks inside this particular dictionary? I don't have. I have only name, age and city. So here you can provide a default value also. So if the marks is not there in the dictionary, it will give me the default value as 0. But if I don't provide a default value, then it will give me none basically. Okay. But if I try to write like this, print student marks inside this marks. So in this case, it will tell me the error. So it will give me the error. So basically directly printing like this, if the particular key is not present, it will give me error. But if I use a get method here, in get method, it will basically give me none. And if I want a default value, I can provide here a default value. So this is the difference between using this particular syntax and using a get method. Okay. Now adding and updating elements inside a dictionary. So let's say I want to add an element inside a dictionary. So let's say student marks is equals to, let's say 45 like this. And I'm going to print here now student. So here I've added the particular one more element that is marks. So my key is marks and value is 45. So here you can see marks 45. Okay. Now let's say I want to update an existing one. So I'm writing student. So city is already existing. Let's say I'm updating it to Pune like this. Oh, sorry, it should be string Pune. Okay. Now if I try to print student again, so here you can see from Mumbai it is updated to Pune. So this is how you can add elements and update elements. Similarly, you can remove an element also using a method called as pop. Pop means remove. So if I write student dot pop age, And if I print here student, so you're going to get name is Amit, city Pune, marks 45. So age is removed basically. There is one more method, that is pop item. Now let us discuss this. So this is basically, it will pop the last inserted element basically. So if I write here student dot pop item like this, and if I try to print student pop item, basically I wrote double E here, pop item. So what is the last inserted? Marks. What is the last inserted? I have inserted marks basically. So marks dot pop. So here I am getting only name and city. Okay. Then I can also use something called as delete. So if I write here delete student, and here I am going to write city. So it will delete basically the city. Okay. If I try to print here again student, so here I will get only one element, that is name. Okay. Now next, one more method we have, that is clear. So if I write here student dot clear, so it will clear whole dictionary basically. So if I write here print student, then I will get an empty dictionary because everything will be cleared. So I hope you understood about this particular thing. Next is a dictionary methods. What are the different dictionary methods we have? First is a keys. Keys means it will return all keys. Return all keys. So for this, now currently we don't have any values inside the dictionary. So we'll create some dictionary here again. So let's say I'm copying this particular command only. Employee. Okay. Employee is created basically. Okay. So if I write here employee dot keys. So this particular thing will return all the keys only. ID, name and salary. Similarly, if I want only values, so you can write here employee dot values. So it will return all the values. 101 Amit 55,000. Okay. Then if I write here something like this, employee dot items, what it will return? It will return all key value pairs. ID comma 101, name comma Amit, salary comma 55,000. Okay. Similarly, if I write new employee is equals to employee dot copy. Okay. Now in this case, if I print new employee, so it will basically copy all the records from the employee dictionary to new employee dictionary. So ID 101, name Amit, salary 55,000. If I print here also the ID of new employee, comma the ID of original employee. So here you can see that, new employee, NEW. So here you can see the IDs are different. That means they are not pointing to a same memory object, right? Next thing is update method. So it basically merges another dictionary. So if I write here employee dot update, and here let's say I'm merging another dictionary here. So let's say another dictionary has, let's say joining date. So join, and here I have a date, let's say 2023, 1, whatever. Okay. And this is another dictionary. And if I try to print here now the employee, print employee. So here you can see one more key value pair is added, that is join and the date of the join. Next is set default. Now what is set default? It will return the value if the key exists, otherwise it will insert that particular key with the default value. Okay. So if I try to write here employee dot set default, and let's say year of experience. So experience like this, comma 0. Okay. And if I try to print here now employee, if my this particular key experience already exists, it will return the value. If it does not exist, it will create that particular key and the default value will be 0 and it will now print the employee. So experience 0 like this. Okay. Next is from keys. Next method is from keys. From keys. Okay. So let's say, for example, if I create a new dictionary keys, so let's say sales, then marketing and HR. So I have created one more basically list, that is keys. This is nothing but my list. This is my nothing but department, sales, marketing, HR. Okay. Now if I try to write here, let's say number of employee is equal to dic dot from keys comma 0. And if I try to print here number of employee, so here you can see sales 0, marketing 0, HR 0, like this. So what happened is basically here from keys, what does it do? It creates a new dictionary from a sequence of keys. So I have given here keys and the value I have given as 0 basically. So that keys it is taking from the list of keys, sales, marketing, HR. So it is, this is nothing but my keys and this is nothing but a default value which I have provided here. Okay. So you understood how we have used from keys here. The next thing is about traversing a dictionary. Traversing a dictionary means iterating over a dictionary. So let's say for key in our dictionary, let's say employee, print that particular key. So I'm getting all the keys, ID, name, salary, join, experience. Okay. Now what if I have to print the values? So if I write something like this, for value in basically employee dot value. For printing the values, I need to write this particular thing. For value in employee dot values, print the values. Okay. So I'm going to get the value here. Okay. Now what if I want both? I want the key value pairs both. In that case, I can write for key, comma the value in, if I want both key values, we have discussed the method that is nothing but the items, right? So in employee dot items, from this print the particular key, comma value. So here I will get the key also and value also. So this is how you can traverse a dictionary if you want only key, if you want only value, or if you want both key and value. So here you have to use this particular method, dot values and dot items. Okay. Membership operators. So let's see if I try to write name in employee. Do we have name in employee? What it will return? True. We have. Let's say age in employee. We don't have age in employee. So it is returning me false. Nested dictionaries. Nested dictionary means a dictionary inside a dictionary. So let's say students. This is my dictionary. Okay. Inside this particular dictionary, I'm creating, let's say, one more dictionary. Let's say 101. This is my key. 101 is my key. And in the value, I'm creating one more dictionary. In the values, I'm creating one more dictionary. And in that dictionary, I'm again having a key. Let's say name is equals to Amit, comma, age is equals to, age 20. This is how you create a dictionary. So this is nothing but my key and this is value, and that value itself is a dictionary. Again, I have a different key, 102. And that particular value is again also a dictionary. So let's say here the values are name, key, let's say Rahul, comma, age, let's say 80. So what we have created, this is my student's dictionary. Inside that dictionary, I have a key and the value itself is a dictionary. And inside that dictionary also I have a key and a value basically. Okay. Now how to access the elements? If I try to write print students, and in that students, I want the key 101 and inside that key, I want the key name. So this is how you can access Amit. Similarly, let's say I want to print this 18. How I can access print students. Now this age 18 is of Rahul and that is nothing but the key 102. 102. So here I have to write 102 and in 102 which particular Dictionary is key age. So here I have to write age. Okay. So I will get 18 basically. What is the error here? Parenthesis does not match the opening parenthesis. Okay. Yes. 18. Okay. Next thing is about dictionary comprehension, similar to list comprehension, dictionary comprehension. Let's say I want a dictionary with squares. So I want a key as 1 and value as 1, key as 2, value as 4, like this. So how I can create? I can write basically key as x and value as x star x. And from where I will get the x? For x in range basically, let's say 1 to 6. So I will get the first 5 numbers like this. So if I try to print squares here, I will get square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, 3 is 9, 4 is 16, 5 is 25, like this. So this is how you can create a dictionary comprehension. Okay. Now there are some built-in functions in the dictionary. Let us try to understand them. Let's say for example, marks is equals to, we have a dictionary marks. In that we have math. Let's say the marks is 90, comma we have science. Marks is let's say 85, and we have English. Let's say the marks is 78. Whatever. So what are the built-in functions? Let's see if I try to write print length marks. Okay. So this is one of the function. Similar to this, we have one more max marks, min marks. And let's say I want to sort the marks also. So comma, sort marks. Let's try to print them together. Sorted marks, so not sort marks, sorted marks. So here you can see length of marks. We have 3 values, so 3. Maximum marks is in which? Science. If I'm trying to sort marks, it is sorting in ascending order English because it is sorting in alphabetical order. E comes first, then M, and then science S. So this max marks, it is also returning me max, and it is not on the values, but it is on the key basically. So it is all, that's why it is returning me science, and minimum marks is English. Okay. So I hope you understood this particular dictionaries also. What is the difference between dictionary and a list? So in dictionary we have access through key, in list we access through basically index. Then dictionary also order and list is also order. Dictionary is mutable, list is also mutable. Duplicate keys, in dictionary we don't have duplicate keys, in list we can have duplicate values, right? Now the next data structure is about sets. Now let us try to understand what is a set. Set is an unordered mutable collection of elements, unique elements. This is very important terms, unordered, mutable, and collection of unique elements. So unique elements means duplicates not allowed. Mutable means we can change it after creation. Unordered means if you provide in order 1 to 3, it may or may not be given in same order, right? Unlike list and tuples, set do not allow duplicate values and do not support indexing because the elements are not stored in a fixed order, right? If they're not stored in a fixed order, they don't have an indexing, right? Sets are created using a curly braces or the set construct. Okay, now let us try to understand, create a sets. So creating a sets, so if I try to write like this, S is equal to like this, will it get created? If I try to print here S dot type, what I'm going to get? Sorry, type of S, not S dot type. Type of S. What I'm going to get? It is a class of dictionary. Why it is a class of dictionary? If I try to create an empty set, it is nothing but an empty dictionary. But what if I want an empty set only? So if you want an empty set, you can do like this. So I'm creating an empty set S1. Here, you have to write here set constructor basically and provide nothing. So this will be nothing but my empty set. So if I try to write a type of S1, it will give me a class set. And this is nothing but a class dictionary because this is nothing but an empty dictionary, not an empty set. So this difference you should note. Okay. Now, let us try to insert or create a set. Let's say I want to create a set with numbers. So I can create it like this, 10, 20, 30, 40, like this. Okay. and print that particular numbers. So I'm going to get a 40, 10, 20, 30. Now so you can see here, I have given that particular basically the set values as 10, 20, 30, 40. But while displaying, I got 40, 10, 20, 30. 40, 10, 20, 30. So it is not in a order. So basically, sets are unordered. Okay. So this is the one thing you have to keep in mind. Now, if I try to like something like this, numbers is equal to set. Now I am using a set constructor here and I am creating a set from a list. Inside this particular set, I am providing a list 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now if I try to print numbers, see here what happens. So here that particular number, this is nothing but a list and I'm providing or creating a set from this list of numbers. And when a set is created, what I'm going to display here, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here you can see that 2 number is there 3 times. That's what it is. It does not allow a duplicate values. So it will remove the duplicate values. It will keep only unique values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, we can create it from tuples also. So if I write set and inside this, if you provide a tuple, let's say 1, 2, 3, and again 4, 4, 4 like this. And if you try to print numbers, so here also you will get 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, unique elements. If I try to write something like this, the set, and here I am providing a string, let's say Python. And if I print numbers, so here is what you can get, unique letters, EYTHON, whatever. Unique letters you will get. If I write here is programming language like this, so it from this particular text will give me the unique elements basically, LAUG, whatever unique elements are there. It will not give the all characters basically, unique characters. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Duplicate elements. So this we have already discussed about the duplicate elements. So this is the example of duplicate elements. Okay. Then adding an elements. Adding an elements. Can we add elements inside a set? Yes, because it is a mutable. We can add. So let's say I have a numbers is equals to 10, 20. And I have to add one more number inside this particular set. So I can use the method numbers dot add, and whatever value you have to add, you can write here 30. And if I now print numbers, so you can see here I'm getting 10, 20, and 30. Okay. Similarly, we can update the element also, existing element, or we can add multiple elements. So let's say numbers is equals to 10, 20. If I try to like this one method, numbers dot update. Now what is update will allow us? It will allow us to add multiple elements. So update and insert multiple elements. Provide them in a list. Also, you can able to update if you provide in a list. If I try to print your numbers, so it will get updated 40, 10, 50, 20, 30. So 30, 40, 50 are got added. Next is a removing element. Now what if I want to remove an element? We have a remove method basically. Okay. So if I try to write a numbers dot remove, let's say 20 I want to remove and print numbers. So 20 will get removed, 40, 10, 50, 30. Okay. One more method I have, discard. Discard. What is discard? First, if I try to do something like this, numbers dot remove, let's say 100. 100 is not present in my set. So it will give me an error that number dot remove 20. Okay, 20 is also not present in my set. So it is giving me error that 20 is not present, 100 is not present like this. Why 20 is not present? Because we have already removed it, right? Now I don't want this particular error. Then I can use this particular thing called as discard. So for that, what I will do, I will go in another cell. Here I will use a discard method. So if I try to write something like numbers dot discard 20. Now 20 is not present in the list. Sorry, set. And if I try to print numbers, let's say. So it is not throwing me an error. So basically discard, it does not raise an error if the element is missing in the inside the set. Okay. Now one more thing we have, it is pop. What is pop? Basically if I write numbers dot pop, it will pop basically the random element, any random element. It will not pop the last element or the first element because it is not in order. Sets are not in order, so it will pop a random element. So let's say it will pop, we will store it in a variable, let's say random is equals to print, numbers dot pop. And if I try to print here random, I will get 40. So let's say 40 is pop. Now 10 is pop. Again, if I run 50 is pop, like this, 30, like this, whatever. Okay. So this is how it works. Now one more function we have, that is clear method. So if I try to do something like this, numbers dot clear will clear all the set basically. So if I try to print now numbers, it will be an empty set. Okay, set is nothing but an empty set. Now I cannot pop that particular any element. That's why it is giving me an error here. Pop from an empty set. Okay. Now let us discuss about the membership operators similarly. So for that I need to create another set basically. Say numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. I'm creating a set. So if I try to write like this, print 1 in numbers, so it will give me true. If I try to print 100 in numbers, it will give me false. Traversing a set. So let's say for number in numbers, print a particular number. So it will give me 1, 2, 3, 4. Now important thing, that is a set operations. What are the set operations we have? Union, intersection, set difference, difference. So that we're going to discuss. For that I'm creating a two sets here. Let's say set A. Set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's say set B. B is equals to 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this. Okay. Now let us perform the union operation. Okay. Union means you have to combine all the set A and set B, whatever, all the elements from set A and set B. So how I can combine the union? I need to write here print A. For the union, we have this particular symbol B. Okay. Or you can also write print A dot union with B like this. For both things, you will get the same result 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, we have intersection. So in intersection, it will give only the common elements basically, right? So for that, we can write print A and B. A and B means it will give only the intersecting elements or common elements. And also we have method A dot intersection with B. So here I'm going to get 3 and 4 because 3 and 4 are both common in set A and set B. Next is the difference. Difference is returns elements present in first set only. So if I'm trying to write A minus B, it will return only that elements are present in first and not in B. Basically, I'm going to get 1 and 2 because 1 and 2 is present in A and not in B. But I'm not going to get 3, 4 because it is present in A and B both. So for that, I'm going to write print A minus B, right? Or you can write also print A dot difference B. Okay. If you try to print B minus A, it will give a different result because now it will give that particular element just present in B and not in A. And if I try to print here B dot difference A. So here you can get output as 1, 2, 1, 2 and B minus A 5, 6, 5, 6. Now there is one more operation, that is symmetric difference. Now what is symmetric difference? It will return elements present in either set A or but not both. So it is present in either A or B but not both. So basically it is going to return me 1, 2, 5, 6. That is nothing but a union of A minus B, B minus C. Correct? So if I try to print here A had B. So this is nothing but how you can use symmetric difference, or you can also write print A dot symmetric difference with B like this. So you get 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6. Another we can print is print. This is the union of A difference B and B difference A. So you can write A minus B. So print basically A minus B union dot union with B minus A, correct? Then also you're going to get 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay. So I hope it is clear the set operations. Now we have some set comparison methods. You have to compare two sets, then what you can use. So if I try to print A dot is subset of B like this. So let's say for example A is equals to 1 comma 2. Sorry. A is equals to 1 comma 2 and B is equals to 1, 2, 3 like this. So what is A is a subset of B? A is a subset of B means every element of A is present in B. Yes, so it will give me true. And what is superset basically? If I write B is superset of B, so of A. So B is superset of A means every element of A is contained in the B. Then it's a superset of B like this. It will give me true. One more we have print, let's say B A dot is disjoint of B. Basically, it will check whether two sets have no common elements. It will give me false. Disjoint set means no common element. They are separated. So here we have common elements 1, 2. So it is going to give me false. Set comprehension. Let's say I want to print all the square of numbers I have to store inside a set. So I'll write square, and since it is a set, I will write curly braces x star x for x in the range basically 1 to 5 like this. What is the error? Bracket. Okay, bracket will be curly braces. And if I try to print here square, I will get SQ. Okay, here I have made a spelling mistake. SQUAR 16149. So here you can see it is not in order basically 1, 4, 9, 16. If I try to run it, it is giving me a different order 16, 1, 4, 9 like this. Okay. Similar to dictionary, here also we have built-in functions. Let's say numbers is equals to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 like this. If I try to write here print the length of numbers, comma the max numbers, comma the sorted numbers like this. See here, 5 is the length, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, max is 25 and sorted is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, clear? Now, converting between collections. What is this particular thing? List to set like this. List to set or set to list like this. Okay. First, list to set. What if I want to convert from a list to set? So I can write here, let's say my numbers is a list. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a list. I want it as a set. So I can write here set. And here I provide the numbers. So here if I print basically the type of numbers, comma, the type of S. So here you can see numbers was of type list and S is the type of set. And if you print the S also, then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Similarly, we can also do tuple to set, right? Tuple is equals to 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. And if I want a set, so I can write set of T and I can print here basically S. I will get 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is converting. You can do tuple to set, set to tuple, list to set, list to set, set to list like this. Okay. Now we're going to understand the next thing, that is a frozen set. What is a frozen set? A frozen set is an immutable version of a set. What is a set? Set is a mutable. But what if I don't want mutability? I want immutable version of a set. Then we use something called as a frozen set. Since it is immutable, elements cannot be added or removed basically. So let's say for example, numbers is equals to frozen set. I'm writing a frozen set here. And here I'm going to write 1, 2, 3 like this list of numbers. And if I try to print here numbers, and also will try to print the type of numbers. Okay. Type of numbers. So see here what you can see. It is a printing frozen set 1, 2, 3 and it's of class frozen set. Okay. Now if I try to add here the elements or remove here the elements, let's say what happens. So if I try to add, let's say numbers dot add, let's say 34. So it will give me an error. Frozen set object has no attribute add. Let's say if I try to do like this, numbers dot pop the element, any element, then also it is not able to do. Okay, I will just comment out this particular thing. See pop. It also showing an error. Frozen object has no attribute pop. So basically we cannot add, pop, remove, nothing we can do. It is immutable version of a set. So that's all for the set data structure. So basically we have covered all the data structure. This is a quick recap. What's list, tuple, set, dictionary, string we have already covered during the variables and data type module. If you haven't watched the previous videos, go and watch. The link is in description. So this is a quick recap. List in order, mutable, duplicates, yes, general purpose sequence. Tuple is an order, but it is not mutable. It has duplicate values, fixed records, dictionary keys. Then string, it is ordered, mutable, no, duplicates, yes, typical using text. Set is not an order, it is a mutable. How it is a mutable? If you use a frozen set. Sorry. Set, it is not an order, it is a mutable. It duplicates, no, uniqueness, fast membership. Dictionary ordered, mutable, and duplicates. Keys, no, but values, yes. Right? It is a key value lookup. And if you want immutability in the set, you can use a frozen set. Now we are going to solve one particular question using all the data structure. This is a challenge problem basically. So the problem statement is given a paragraph, text is equal to Python is easy, Python is powerful, learning Python is fun, fun is learning Python. So this is my text basically. What I want to do is I want to remove the punctuation. I want to convert everything to a lowercase. I want to store all words in a list. I want to create a set of unique words. So you can see here, we have to create a word of list, a unique word set I have to create, count the frequency using a dictionary, count the dictionary into a list of tuples and sort it by highest frequency. If the frequency is same, you have to sort it by alphabetically. And then you have to print the top 3 most frequent words also. So these are all 8 operations we have to perform on this particular single text. For example, what is the expected output here? Unique words, Python is easy, powerful, learning, fun. Then frequency, Python is 4, easy is 4, learning 2, fun 2, like this. And top 3 words is Python and fun. Like this, you have to do some operations using the data structure what we have learned today, dictionary, list, tuple, set, all the things. Okay. Now let us try to write this particular solution. Before I write the solution, I want you to go through this particular problem and try to solve this in your Jupyter notebook or any IDE you're using and try to paste that your answer in the comment section. Okay. Pause this video and try to solve it yourself first. Okay, so let's try to write a solution. So this is my text basically. Python is easy, Python is powerful, learning Python is fun, fun is learning Python. This is my text, right? Now, first thing what I need to do is remove the punctuation, right? What punctuation you can see here? You can see full stop, periods, right? So how I can remove periods? I can see only periods, right? One punctuation. So to remove, what I can do is text dot replace that particular thing, remove. So replace that particular full stop or periods with nothing. So nothing means empty string I am doing. So if I execute this, then if I try to print here my text, to see what happens. Okay, I need to store it back to the text also, right? Text is equal to this. So here I can see Python is easy, Python is powerful, learning Python is fun, fun is learning Python. So here from it, periods are got removed basically, right? Next thing, I have to convert everything to lowercase. So I can convert in this way also. Here only I can add lowercase or I can separately add text dot lowercase. If I run this, lowercase, what is the error here? Not lowercase, and the attribute is lower. So here you can see all my text is now got to it converted into a lowercase alphabets, right? Okay. Next thing what I have is store all words in a list. Store all words in a list. So I want to create a list and I have to store all the words, not unique words, all the words. So I want to create a list known as words, and in that words, I need to store the words. Now this is nothing but my one particular text. Now how I can store the words? I can split it in the spaces. So text dot split them and store it in the words. Now if I try to print here, print words, And also I will print the type of words. It will give me a list. Okay, words, not word, words. So here you can see the words are printed or stored. Python is easy, Python is powerful, learning Python is fun, fun is learning Python, and it is of class list. So we have done with the 3 tasks. Fourth task is create a set of unique words. Now from these words, we have to take unique words and we have to create a set. Now we have already seen that from list, we can convert to a set and it will automatically remove the duplicates, right? So that's why we can directly write here set words like this. And you have to create a set, right? So that's why I am going to create a set unique word set. Unique words. This is my set words like this. Now if I try to print here unique words, comma the type of unique words, So here you can see it is now converted into a set. And here I have only unique words. Powerful, learning, is, Python, easy, is easy, fun, Python, like this. Okay. So fifth task is also done. Fourth. Now count frequency using a dictionary. Count the frequency using a dictionary. What do you mean by this? You have to count the frequency of each word and you have to use that dictionary. Like how you can use a dictionary, my key will be nothing but my unique word and value will be nothing but the count, right? So for that, what we need to do is we need to have a dictionary, right? Frequency is my dictionary name. Initially, I will give an empty dictionary. And in that empty dictionary, I want to provide the key as the word and the count as the value as the count of that particular word, right? So how we can store that particular words? Now, where are my words basically? Words are present in words, but because in unique words, we cannot count it. Because in unique word set, we have only one word one time. But in words list, we have that words many times, right? So if I want to count, I need to use the words list. So I'm writing here a for loop for word in words. For word in words, what I want that particular every word to be stored in the list with their frequency. So here I need to write here frequency word. Now word is nothing but my key. So frequency word will be equal to frequency dot get, and here I am going to pass word comma 0 plus 1. What is the particular thing? Plus 1. Now why I am writing like this get word 0. Now we have already discussed about the get method, right? If I am writing here a key particular word will come, let's say for example Python. So if Python comes, if it is not present, it will add in the dictionary. If it is already present, then it will make count from 1 to 2 like this. Again, if Python comes, it will make from 2 to 1 like this. So this is why we have added this particular get method and plus 1 like this. So I hope you understood this particular thing. Now, if I try to display here my dictionary, so let's say I'm going to print frequency. What I'm going to get here is frequency. Python 4 times, is 4 times, easy 1 time, powerful 1 time, learning 2 time, fun 2 time. Okay. Okay. So first, now what we have to do is convert a dictionary into list of tuples. Okay. So here what I need to do is convert first into list. So let's say result is equal to, I want it a list of from dictionary to list. So basically it's a frequency and I need to use this particular method dot items so that I can access the key and values. I can get a key and value like this, right? So basically I wrote here double U result like this. If I try to print here the result, okay. So here you can see now it is nothing but this is a tuple. It is a list of tuples. So here I have got key, value, key, value, key, value, and this is a list and list of what tuples. So we have created this particular thing, convert dictionary to list of tuples. Now we have to sort it by highest frequency, and if the frequency is same alphabetical. Now here you can see the frequency 4, 4. This is same. So in this case, I need to give it as alphabetically wise. Then we have to do this particular sorting using the key basically. First, we have to do sort by values, and if the values are same, we have to sort by alphabetical values. Okay. So how to sort basically? So what we have to sort? We have to sort the result. So result dot sort, right? Now inside the sort, I can use this particular function. I want to sort which key basically. Sort key lambda x in such a way that minus x 1 comma x 0 like this. So what do you mean by this particular thing what I wrote here? Now this particular thing means that sort this particular result, take the key as x, and this x is nothing but x of 1. X of 1 means these values 4, 4, 1. So basically it will sort using these particular values and not the alphabets or not the keys. Now why I wrote minus here? Because I want the highest frequency first, right? So that minus indicates it will be sorted in the descending order. And now why I have wrote here comma x0. Comma x0 I have wrote because if my values are same, let's say here 4 and 4, then sorted by using the x0, that is using this particular key. Python, easy, learning, powerful like this. So I hope you understood this particular thing. Okay. Now if I run this particular thing, print and try to print the result. So now I will get the result in descending order of the values, and wherever the values are same, then I will get the order from the key basically. So first I comes, then P comes. Here also first F comes, then L. Here E comes first and P comes later, like this. So this is how we can write. Now finally what we have to display all the things. What is the expected output? We have to display the unique words. We have to display the frequency of each word. Then we have to display the top 3 words, right? So for that, how we can display? Print the unique words. Basically, we have stored in the unique words. So we can now here print. So I will create one more cell here. Final output. Print unique words. Okay. Now in this particular thing, we are going to print the unique words. So here you can see all the unique words are printed. Then what we have to print? We have to print the frequency of each word, right? Count of each word. So for that, I need to write here the for loop basically. So if I try to print here frequency. Okay. So let's say for word in words, and I also want the count of words. So for word comma count in words, print the word colon the count. Not in words, sorry, in result. In result, I have the particular thing. In result, I have 2 things. For word count in result, print the word colon the count. Okay. What is the invalid syntax? Colon. Okay, colon should be in like this. Colon should be like this, and here I should mention comma. If I try to print, so I'll get a unique words. Frequency is 4, Python 4, fun 2, learning 2, easy 1, powerful 1. Now I want to print the top 3 words, right? Top 3 words. So how I can print the top 3 words? So print top 3 words. Okay. Now my words are arranged or sorted in the result section, right? So I need to print the result, and starting, I want the first tuple, I want the second element, I want the third element. I don't want the fourth element. So I need to stop before 4. So I can write here, slice here, at start, I want to start from 0 only. So default, I will not give any value, and stop before 4 like this. If I try to do like this, so top 3 words is 4, Python 4, fun 2, learning. Oh, why I'm getting, here index is 3, sorry. So 0, 1, 2 like this. So this is 0 index, 1, 2, 3. Stop before the third index like this. Okay. So I hope this particular thing is clear. So in this particular challenge, we have covered all the particular data structures, list, dictionaries, tuples, sets, all things we have cleared, and also sort. We have used some methods, sorting, etc. So we have another challenge here which you have to try yourself. So the problem statement is a teacher has marked the students in multiple subjects. Each record is represented as a tuple, name, subject, marks. Okay. So here you have name, here your subject, here your marks. Now perform the following tasks. Remove the duplicate records. So here you can see some duplicate records. Find all the unique student names. Calculate total marks of every student. That means for each subject also you have to consider, right? For example, Ria Math 85, then Ria Science 95. So total marks will be nothing but 85 plus 95 like this. Find the topper and store the final result as a list of tuples sorted by total marks in descending order. So similar kind of challenge is there. So this is the expected output. So you can try it on yourself and post your solution in the comment box. So in the today's video, we have learned about the data structures in the Python, and we have also solved some examples related to that data structures. If you find this today's video helpful and interesting, do like, share and subscribe the channel for more such videos. Thank you so much for watching. Keep learning.